Hello students, get ready for a new interesting topic. The geographical condition across the earth vary widely, creating a range of diverse environments. Even though these conditions are different, life persists in all of them. Organisms have evolved various adaptations that allow them to survive and thrive in their specific habitats, whether terrestrial or aquatic. This remarkable ability to adjust to their surroundings is known as adaptation. You are already familiar with the various types of habitats and the adaptation that animals and plants exhibit in these different environments. There are many characteristics that allow us to categorize animals and plants into different groups. Welcome to this session where we will explore the topic of diversity and classification of living things as part of the class 6 science lesson on diversity in living things and their classification. Learning outcomes. After studying this topic, you will be able to understand the classification of plants based on their nutrition, recognize the classification of plants based on their structure, identify the classification of plants based on their lifespan, classify animals according to their size and structure, describe the classification of animals based on their reproduction. Keywords: autotrophic, heterotrophic, insectivorous, perennial, vines, oviparous animals, viviparous animals. Let's see the diversity and classification of living things in this concept map. Diversity and classification of plants. We find a variety of plant types around us. Some plants, like grass, are short, while others are tall and have a canopy. There are plants that grow underwater and others that float on water. Some plants, such as cacti, can even survive in deserts. Additionally, there is a considerable variety within the same type of plant. For example, there are numerous varieties of rice and wheat, different types of roses and mangoes with various flavors. This diversity in plants is influenced by different habitats and climatic conditions, as you have learned in previous topics. Classification of plants based on nutrition. Plants make their own food using sunlight. These plants are known as autotrophic plants. Examples include hibiscus, pomegranate, citrus and pumpkin. In contrast, some plants such as loranthus and dodder rely on other plants for their nourishment are termed heterotrophic. Additionally, certain plants like the pitcher plant and drosera consume insects. These are known as insectivorous plants. While studying plant diversity, plants are classified for convenience based on similarities and differences in their structure, organs, and other characteristics. We can easily observe differences in the shape and height of the plants in our surroundings. Some plants grow tall with a hard and strong stem or trunk. These plants have branches that begin at considerable height above the ground and bear flowers and fruit for many years. Such plants are called trees. Trees are tall, large and perennial, meaning they live for many years. Some plants grow close to the ground and produce branches near the base. They are shorter and smaller than trees but have a thick and hard stem. These plants are called shrubs. Examples include oleander, hibiscus, lantana, and rose. Shrubs can grow up to 2 to 3 meters in height. Herbs typically grow to a height of 1 to 1.5 meters. Their stems are green and flexible, in contrast to the harder stems of trees and shrubs. Herbs may live for a few months or up to 2 years. Some vines need vertical support to grow, while others spread across the ground. Climbers, such as the money plant, have aerial roots and tendrils that resemble springs as noticed in cucumber. Plants are categorized based on their life cycle or lifespan. For example, crops like bajra, wheat, corn, radish, and marigold have different lifespans. The life cycle of plants such as jowar and sunflower is completed within 1 year. These plants are called annuals. Plants like carrot and beetroot have a life cycle of 2 years and are known as biennials. Shrubs such as hibiscus and oleander, as well as trees like mango and gulmohar, live for several years and bear flowers and fruit are called perennials. Plants that bear flowers are called flowering plants, while those that do not bear flowers are known as non-flowering plants. Non-flowering plants may lack certain organs such as roots, stems, and leaves as seen in mosses. Diversity and classification in animals. Different animals have evolved various shapes to survive in their environments. There is a great diversity in animal body structures. For example, the tiny amoeba, the massive elephant, the small snail, and the fish that swims in water show great differentiation. Similarly, butterflies that fly around flowers and house lizards that crawl on walls are all animals, each with unique characteristics. Animals possess body parts such as head, neck, torso, tail, and limbs for movement. They also have various organ systems that perform essential functions within their bodies. This diversity extends to their internal structures and functions as well. We observe a great variety in animals with respect to their food sources. Since animals depend on others for their nutrition, they are found in environments where their food is available. Different animals have various methods for obtaining and consuming food, which also leads to differences in their body structures. When a drop of water from a pond is placed under a microscope, you can observe countless microbes moving around. Among these, you may find the amoeba and the paramecium. These are unicellular animals, meaning they are made up of a single cell. In contrast, animals such as horses, bears, and tortoises are multicellular, meaning they are composed of many cells. Animals are classified into two groups based on the presence or absence of a vertebral column: vertebrates and invertebrates. Vertebrates, which have a backbone, include animals such as snakes, birds, fish, kangaroos, and humans. Invertebrates, which lack a backbone, include animals like snails, cockroaches, and earthworms. Reproduction is the process of creating new living things like oneself. For example, a hen lays eggs, and after a few days, the eggs hatch into chicks. A cow gives birth to a calf. Animals are classified into two types based on how they reproduce: oviparous animals, which lay eggs, like birds, fish, snake, and tortoises, etc. The viviparous animals give birth to live young, like horse, deer, and cheetah, etc. Animals can be classified based on their habitat into three main types. Terrestrial animals, which live on land, included species like sheep, goats, elephants, and giraffes. Aquatic animals, which live in water, include species such as fish. Amphibious animals, which can live both on land and in water, include frogs, crocodiles, and tortoises. This concludes our overview of the diversity and classification of living things. Stay tuned for more interesting topics to explore. Points to remember. Plants are classified on the basis of their height and the shape of stems, period of life cycle, and habitat. Animals are classified on the basis of the cell structure, vertebral column, method of reproduction, and habitat. Thank you.